Ah, bonjour mes amis. C'est Q-Storm and j'espère que tout ça va. Yeah, I do a little something something with French. I studied it from 6th grade to college, where I minored in it. But because I never studied overseas, I wanted to get out of school in 4 years. I lost a lot of it, but I can handle myself okay. I probably have like a 2nd grade speaking level. So that leads me to this special edition of Drive-By Shooting, set in La Ville des Lumières, La Ville de l'Amour, City of Lights and Love, Paris. This is my 3rd trip to Paris. The first time was in July 2004 when I was hired as a cameraman to videotape a news story about an international college marketing competition that was sponsored by L'Oreal with Diane King Hall reporting. She's now with NY1. But we were both working for what was then the Employment Channel, and that was really a great trip. Now, coincidentally, my wife, then my fiance, and I had planned a trip to Paris to celebrate our engagement. And it was, the trip was planned for that same month in 2004. So I went from never having visited the city, whose language and culture I had studied for years, to visiting that city twice within 2 weeks. Now, this is my 3rd trip, almost to the month of my previous journey. Like I said, I was there back in 2004 in July, and I just got back in August of this year. Now, I feel I must point out that even though I kind of joked around earlier and stuck a beret on my head, I have never seen anyone in my 3 visits to Paris wearing a beret. As a matter of fact, I've seen more berets worn here than over there. And because I never did anything with the footage that I shot back in 2004, I'm going to include it with this footage from my latest trip. One thing you'll notice right off the bat is that the camera technology has improved substantially from 2004 to 2014. But I recommend everyone visit this beautiful city if you get the chance. But if you can't get over there, my sincere hope is that watching my personal journey is the next best thing to being there. Eh bien, allons-y. Let's go. Travel itinerary and tickets, check. Luggage, check. Camera package, check. Second camera package, check. Camera backpack, check. Pouch to hold every freaking cable known to man, check. By the way, this pouch came with the Everki laptop bag that I bought, and you can check out that product video on YouTube. Just search under Geek Shop Bagman. I also had my iPhone 5S video camera, which as of today, with the announcement of the 6 and the 6 Plus, is obsolete. Given that we had 2 connecting flights for a total of approximately 9 hours of airtime, I made sure to pack my iPad with plenty of movies and videos. I also made sure to pack my power converters for London and Paris. And of course, my passport. I also packed my taser and my nightstick, because you just never know when it might go down. So we arrived at Philadelphia International Airport. I dropped off the wife at the terminal. I parked the car, took a photo of where I parked, and headed to the Lufthansa terminal. Once we boarded the plane, we were treated to one of the most advanced flight info videos I've ever seen.
At any time, you're required to fasten your seatbelts as soon as you've taken your seat.
In a coincidence of cosmic proportions, when we were last in Paris, Spider-Man 2 was being promoted all over the place. So I thought it was appropriate to watch Amazing Spider-Man 2 as we took off, because I'm a masochist. It was a horrible movie. Now, normally I'd say flying from the East Coast to Paris would take you about 6 hours, roughly 6 hours. But to save money, we decided to get a connection. So our first portion of the flight was from Philadelphia to Frankfurt, Germany. So this first portion of the flight was 8 hours. But I had my iPad and we had 2 meals served to us, so it wasn't so bad. Nearly 8 hours later, we arrived in Frankfurt Airport, where we saw this freaking enormous plane being loaded. We headed to our connecting flight. Oh, and saw a couple of smoking rooms on the way. So enclosing oneself in a room full of cancer smoke sounds smart, doesn't it? Eventually we made it to our gate, and I was just kind of digging on these chairs. I just wonder why we can't have chairs like this in the US. Soon we were on the flight for a 1-hour ride to Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. I don't know if you remember back in 2004 about the collapse at one of the terminals at the airport, but it made news over here as well. Now, I'm not sure if they tore this whole wing down to be safe. I didn't see any structure like this when we arrived at the airport. Maybe we just arrived from a different path, I don't know. But at any rate, we made it safely, and then the fun began.